Hello, welcome to Level Up Your Writing, a series of videos to help you develop your creative writing skills. My name is Katie and I am the Assistant Youth Services Librarian at the Warminster Township Free Library. My hope is that by watching these short videos, you will begin to think more deeply about your writing, gain the motivation and skills to improve, and most importantly, have fun. Each video, I will introduce a new writing tip, explain its significance and importance, and then follow it up with a writing exercise to help you put that tip into practice. These tips will not be the difference between there, and there, or how to use a semicolon. Instead, these tips are to help you get better at storytelling. I'll help you create more interesting characters, write more captivating scenes, and build more immersive worlds. For some background on me, in case you're wondering if I'm even qualified to be handing out advice, I have been writing off and on since I was a kid and writing seriously for the last few years. And though I'll be the first to admit I still have much to learn, I believe and hope that my own efforts to grow and improve as a writer will resonate with many of you, and that I'll become someone you can trust to give you useful advice without patronizing you. And that leads us to our first nugget of writing advice. You don't have to listen to a word I say. Contrary to what some people might try to tell you, there is not one perfect way to write. Everyone has a different method, and everyone has a different reason for writing, and so not all tips will help all people. I might say things you disagree with, or I might offer suggestions that don't work for you, and that's perfectly okay. Ultimately, creative writing as a hobby is about expressing yourself, having fun, and letting your imagination free. When it becomes about being perfect, about trying to find that magic formula that doesn't actually exist, that's when you run into the danger of your fun hobby becoming a dreaded chore instead of something you look forward to. And that's not to say there aren't parts of writing that are tedious, but I caution you against fixating on what the right and wrong ways to write are, and losing sight of what drew you to writing in the first place. And while there are certainly methods of writing that are not as effective or that are not as polished, if you're having fun, to me, that's the most important thing, and I hope to you as well. In order to improve, you do need to practice. But in order to find the motivation to practice and to keep practicing day after day, you need to be having fun. What I'll hopefully be doing throughout this series, regardless of whether you put my tips into practice or not, is to give you some food for thought, allow you to think about your writing from a more thoughtful and critical angle, and give you places to start thinking about what your personal approach to writing is, as well as give you some fun writing exercises that hopefully will help you unleash your imagination and not be boring. The writing exercises at the end of each video can be an opportunity to begin a new story, but you can also use them with something you're already writing. You don't have to write a new story for every video. So whether you're working on an epic saga, a short story about daily life, or fan fiction for your favorite series, I hope you'll join me in always striving to take your writing to the next level. For our first exercise, we're going to keep it super simple. Once I wrap up this video, I want you to open up a notebook or a word processor, and by that I mean something like Microsoft Word or Google Docs, or even the Notes app on your phone could work. It doesn't have to be a super fancy thing. And then set a timer for 5 minutes. And then when you're ready, just write. Don't think about what you're writing, don't go back and edit, just write nonstop for 5 minutes. The purpose of this exercise is to get those juices flowing. I sometimes find that if I'm stuck or if I'm overthinking every word, forcing myself to write without going back and second guessing myself can help me get over that bump. And 5 minutes is super short and manageable. You can sit down and focus for 5 minutes. You might surprise yourself by wanting to go past that 5 minutes. And if so, just keep writing. Don't stop. Don't let the timer stop you. But if you're not feeling it, that's okay. You tried. You wrote something for 5 minutes, and that's the first step to writing more. And that concludes our first video. I hope you'll join me for the next one.